Jack peered nervously up at the enormous castle. The old stone path led right up to a great wooden front door. Perhaps there's a hoard of gold inside, he thought. How can I get in? Jack beat against the door as loud as he could and waited. Jack gasped as the door slowly creaked open. A woman was standing on the doorstep. She wore a long skirt and a cap, a bit like Ma. Only this woman was much, much bigger than Ma. She was a giant.
Is someone there?
The giant woman cried out in a great booming voice.
Show your face, whoever you are!
She was far too tall to see the tiny boy down by her feet. So Jack quickly ran past her enormous legs, through the door, and hid behind a pillar.
Very mysterious,
muttered the giant woman as she went back inside the castle and shut the door behind her. As she disappeared down a corridor, Jack looked around. He was standing inside a vast hall, full of statues of scary-looking giants. He shivered. I must be very careful, he thought. Jack began to cross the hall, when suddenly, "Gotcha!" cried a booming voice.
Wow!
Jack cried out as he was lifted by the scruff of his neck.
Well, so it was you at the door,
said the giant woman as she dangled Jack between her fingers.
It's all right. I'm not going to hurt you.
Who's that coming? Squeaked Jack in terror.
My husband, she replied. He's even bigger than I am, but don't panic. I know just the place to hide you.
The giant's wife carried Jack into the kitchen and placed him inside a huge oven.
You'll be safe in there,
she said.
Shh, don't say a word.
Jack peered out and watched as an enormous giant with wild-looking hair and a big beard strode in. He was as tall as a house and even wider. And he was a giant who clearly loved his food.
I'm hungry,
boomed the giant. Suddenly, he stopped and sniffed with his enormous nose.
Fee, fi, fo, fum,
he boomed.
I smell the blood of an Englishman. Be he alive or be he dead, I'll grind his bones to make my bread.
He sniffed the air again.
I can smell something very tasty. It smells like a little boy. Just what I fancy for my supper.